What's up, at glass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and now I'm back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your glad friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan. This one right here is Marvin Killing Famous Explained. Now, this one right here is basically a reference to the other video I just made. I told y'all I was going to be deep diving into the um, videos in relation to the alleged leak that was I talked about. And one of the things he talked about is that Famous was potentially dying in episode 3 of this season. So, and of course, he was going to be taken out by Marvin. So I told y'all I would be giving a deep dive on it. I just noticed I added a G to Marvin, so he's Marvin in. He so basically Marvin is Marvin in all over this episode. You know what I'm saying? So he Marvin is gonna Marvin in. He's gonna be Marvin in on Famous this episode. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, how I could see this potentially playing out is, as we know, Marvin has been doing side jobs for your boy Stefano, right? This particular scene here is the first time that they met. And this is also the time period where he gave him a side job to basically rough up his son-in-law to Mosa, right? But what I think could possibly have happened is after he did that job for him with Tomoso, he it's possible that he got some knowledge. Like I think I actually kind of touched on this before, but it's possible that maybe that he got some info that your boy Famous could be talking, right? And we all know Marvin is kind of gullible sometimes. He's not the smartest of people. It's for certain things. He does mess up. As OG narrated on the very first episode of Raising Kanan, that Marvin never missed an opportunity to miss an opportunity. So basically, he was saying that he's a fuck up, and he's definitely gonna fuck this one up because Stefano could potentially send him out on a mission to take out Famous to keep him from, potentially turning informant and talking about some things that he may know. Now, in my opinion, I don't think he has anything to my knowledge that I can think of. I don't think it's anything that Famous could know that could potentially take down Stefano. So I'm not exactly sure about this, but he does know information about Howard, and we know that Howard had information that possibly could have potentially taken down, Stefano because he knew about Rock. And Rock is a whole chain reaction type of thing. So who knows? Maybe it could go that deep. He's afraid that Famous talks about Howard. Howard talks about Rock. Talks about Stefano, and then Stefano goes down. Keep in mind, we did see this. We already know about this leaked photo here, and a lot of us believed it to be Famous. And like I just told y'all, it could be because he was given some information, possibly bad information, that Famous was talking, and he needs to be dealt with. I said in my other video that I don't think Rock was involved with this, and I'm gonna stick with it. I'm going to say I don't think Rock was involved with this. She's gonna find out a little later. But remember here when Rock had this conversation with your boy Andre Barnes, Andre told her here that the fans was offering basically a pretty nice incentive to give up Stefano. And basically, she had a get out of jail free card if she ever choose to use it, right? So that's more confirmation that she's a major threat to Stefano. Now, although at the time I don't think Stefano has any knowledge possibly of this, but the point is that that is in play, and also he told Rock that Stefano was also been in close contact with Marvin. So that's what put him on her radar that, some kind of funny business is going on, that Marvin and Stefano is working together. So I believe this next episode, now that she knows the information, of course, she's gonna figure out that Andre has been killed, and she's gonna let it be known to Marvin that she knows that he's been doing a side hustle with Stefano. And she's probably gonna want to know the full extent of what he's been doing with him. Because of course, as I stated earlier, Marvin at times isn't the brightest of people. So I think he's gonna go ahead and possibly tell her all of the side jobs that he did with Stefano, and once she find out that he did the job with taking out Famous, Rock is going to be highly upset about it because she knows how that's going to affect Kanan. But obviously, she's going to figure out that her only option is to protect Marvin and try to keep that information from coming out. So that's what's going to get Rock in trouble, even further trouble with, um, you know, with Kanan once this information becomes public knowledge. Because Kanan's going to eventually find out. So I could possibly see, after Kanan gets an idea, because one of the episode descriptions is gonna say that Marvin is gonna be testing. I mean, Kanan is gonna be, testing his theory or something like that on what he think happened to Famous. Because in my opinion, I think they're saying that he's gonna be a little suspicious that his family, his mother, and potentially his uncle has a hand in on what happened to his best friend, Famous. And perhaps that's going to make him not want to no longer work with his mother, but look forward to a plug on his own, and he's going to step to Stefano, right? And then, of course, we've seen him tell Kanan here that he works with his mother, not you. And here you are behind her back, or something like that, right? And later on, I could see Stefano get knowledge through whatever source that Rock may be potentially turning informative, right? So that could be a reason he decides to use Kanan to potentially, you know, take out his family, which is Marvin and Rock. He's going to try to turn to Kanan to become a tyrant to take them out because they're now a major threat to him. So he's going to turn Marvin against Rock, Rock against Kanan. I mean, Rock against Marvin, and Kanan against both of them. So he's going to start a family feud. And keep in mind, like I told you, he knows information about Marvin taking out Famous. So what other way to um, infuriate Kanan enough to maybe even get the confidence or maybe the motivation to take out his beloved uncle or his mother? Tell Kanan that it was none other than his uncle who was behind the death of his best friend, Famous. That could be the reason why we hear him say in the trailer, Famous last words, because he's telling him what Marvin told. He's telling Kanan what Marvin told him Famous last words were after, right before he pulled the trigger. And there you have it, my good and glad friends. That is potentially how we could see the death of your boy Famous. It would be Marvin who would be behind it, but it was him following. I wouldn't necessarily say following orders, but possibly getting the information for Stefano, working a job, and of course taking out a snitch, which we all know Marvin despises of, and it backfires on him because Stefano ends up telling Kanan in order to start a family feud. So definitely let me know what you guys think of in the comments about this particular theory. Could you possibly see your boy Stefano being behind it and Marvin being the trigger man? Let me know all of that and more in the comments. But like usual, if you're cool with me, fool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share with your glad friends. But until the next video, I'm out. I'm so fucking pissed, bro, to that other video. I just fucking gotta do it over, bro.